In today's class we are going to see about the design of state observer. In the previous class we have seen how to design a state feedback gain by means of direct decomposition methods, transformation matrix method, direct substitution method, transformation matrix method and Ackermann's formula. In this class we are going to see some introduction about the design of state observer. So first we should understand why the state observer is required. In case of state feedback gain, only the output is going to play a vital role in driving the complete system. Whereas in case of your state observer, both your input as well as your output will drive the entire system. So here the control input given u is equal to minus a into x, which is nothing but your feedback, and along with this your input also will plays a vital role. Both your input as well as your output will plays a vital role in driving the complete system. In case of in practical situation, suppose as the order of the system is going to increase, you consider all the state variable cannot be measured properly. As the order of suppose if the order of the system is less, it is possible for us to calculate, or it is possible for us to measure the state variable accurately. Whereas in practical situations, in many cases as the order of the system goes high and high, measurement of all the state variable is not possible. So we have to find out a new approach which is suitable for the approximation of the state vector. The purpose of reading this state observer is we need to define a state variable, or we need to estimate all the state variable that are available in the system for the measurement that you had made for the system. So here both your input as well as your output is responsible for driving your system, and this device is called, when your device is taking both input as well as your output to drive the complete system, that device is called as your state observer. And the unknown state variables are estimated in this with a new vector u is equal to minus kx. And we have a device that estimates the state variable is called as a state observer. So in this we are going to read about the full order state observer and reduced order state observer. Full order state observer in the sense, in case if your state observer estimate all the state variables of the system, irrespective of whether it is directly available. Some state variables will be directly measured using some meters, whereas some state variables cannot be measured directly, using through some means we need to be calculated. So in this particular full order state observer, it is possible for us to estimate all the state variables of the system, irrespective whether the state variables are directly available for the measurement or not. Such system is called as your full order state observer. Reduced order state observer in the sense, to make the measurement accurate, certain states may not be possible. In case of full order state observer, irrespective of the measurement, all the state variables that are pertaining to the system can be identified. Whereas in case of your reduced order state observer, if accurate measurements need to be done for certain states, we should estimate only the remaining state, and the accurately measured signals are then used directly for the feedback. So whatever signal we are measuring through some calculations or through some estimation, that has to be used in the feedback just to correct the error. This resulting observer is called as your reduced order state observer. So here we are going to focus on two things. One is your m factor and another one is your n factor. Here m and n, two factors we are going to consider. N is nothing but your order of your system, whereas m is nothing but your reduced order state observer. M is reduced order state observer. It means that we are going to estimate, right? So while estimating, after estimation, whatever signal it has been measured, that will be again sent back to the feedback signal for correction purpose. So this type of system is called as your reduced order state observer. So there are three things you need to follow. What is meant by state observer, what is meant by full order state observer, and what is meant by reduced order state observer. Full order state observer. So the diagram for the full order state observer is given over here. So looking at this diagram, x dot is equal to ax plus bu. It is the normal state equation, and y is equal to c into x. It is your output equation. So when you consider it is your output, output is fed back to your input, and also your input is taken as reference. So full order state observer means the unknown state variables can be estimated through the known state variable either by measuring or by estimating through some means. Here both your input, so here both your input u as well as your output y will drive the complete system with a feedback gain minus k. So here you are going to use a feedback. So this feedback along with your input and output will drive the complete system. So the state observer should have the same state equation as that of your original system. So this is the basics of your full order state observer. Next one is you consider your full order state observer as shown in figure 2. So it is the figure showing your full order state observer. U is your input and Y is your output. This particular equations will explain. So you are going to include a new state variable and output variable. This is your estimate. It is your estimated state variable and it is your estimated output variable. Using this, you are going to frame a new estimated state. U is your input, x of t minus x, because it is your estimated. Estimated will have some error. In order to reduce the error, in order to reduce the fluctuations, oscillations, we need to compare it with the original term. So the estimated term need to be compared with the original state variable x of t minus x. It is the estimated new state vector. After doing so, you see in the similar manner the output y, that is it is the original output and it is your estimated output. Your estimated output need to be compared with the original output just to reduce the error. If you are reducing the error, automatically the stability criteria will meet. Since x is inaccessible, the design criteria should be minimize the difference between the system output y is equal to cx and the observed value. So there should not be any deviation from the measured value and the observed value. The error should be minimum. For that sense only the estimated output value is compared with your original output value in order to reduce your error. So the difference y minus y vector is multiplied with g. G is nothing but your state observer gain, and this particular value is fed to the input through of the integrator of an observer. Hence the problem is to design G. So G is nothing but your state observer gain. So in this complete whatever topics now we are going to cover, there we are going to focus on state observer gain. So we are going to focus on state observer gain, design of state observer gain. The design of state observer gain, the letter is defined with G. So this is the system that defines your full order state observer. So you are going to draw here x dot is equal to ax plus, it is your one integrator. X dot is equal to ax plus bu, it is the state equation, and y is equal to cx. This particular diagram, whatever it is shown in this part, it is for your normal state equation and output equation. In case of full order state observer, you are going to introduce two new variables, that is x vector and y vector, which is nothing but your estimated value. This estimated value need to be compared with the original value of x and y. So to do so, here you are having new x dot vector. After integration you will get x vector, and this is your ax of t plus bu of t, and with the gain minus k you are going to feedback, because here the output y and the input u is going to drive the complete system, and with the gain factor g. I need to find out the gain factor g. That g is nothing but y minus, and it is given over here to obtain your full order state observer. The full order state observer equation is given as, it is your estimated state vector is equal to ax vector plus bu plus g y minus y vector. Why it is associated only with y minus y, in the sense it is your state observer gain, where you need to identify the unknown state variable. After identifying, you will be getting the equation a minus gc into x minus x vector. So where x vector is nothing but your state error vector, that is the difference between the original input and the estimated input factor. So now the characteristics equation to find out your state observer gain is lambda I minus A plus GC is equal to 0. Whereas in case of state feedback gain, it is lambda I minus A plus BK. So when you look at this, here both your A and B, only your input is associated. Whereas if you check over here, you have a matrix as well as your C matrix. It means that where both your output and input U is involved to make the system, to drive the system. So if the system is completely observable, then only we can go for finding out your state observer gain G, so that A minus J will have a desired eigenvalues. Thank you, students.